Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to chrisIsTalkin, and this is my weekly anime review for僕のヒーローアカデミア, and this is for episode 13, which is also the final episode of season 1 of僕のヒーローアカデミア, the anime. Now, one thing that I'd like to just say, this was a really good conclusion for many things, such as the conclusion to what's happened in this season, as well as finding out at the very end of the episode that there's going to be a season 2, and by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be very soon. It doesn't look like it's going to be like a year away or something. Personally, my hunch, I haven't really looked into the details, but I do think that it might be within the next season or 2, so don't worry about that. It looks like we're going to be getting some more greatness from Studio Bones, and Studio Bones have been going in because not only are they doing this series and just been killing it with僕のヒーローアカデミア, but they're also going to do Mob Psycho in the next anime series, which is also by the same creator, by One, who did One Punch Man, funny enough. And I do think that they'll be releasing something straight after that series, so do keep your eyes out, and fingers crossed. We're hoping that the greatness of僕のヒーローアカデミアcan continue on in season 2 and fairly soon, hopefully, but it doesn't look like it, so that's really cool. Going on to the anime, I would just like to say that this was a really good representation of what happened in the manga, straight to the screen, TV screen, computer screen, phone screen, whatever fucking screen they were looking at. But it's really good. The adaptation was on point. I mean, there were some things here and there where I was just like, you know what, it seemed better in the anime than it did in the manga, because sometimes you can't really get the full sense of like when All Might was basically powering down, and then Kirishima, the hardening guy, he was coming over, and you could see that All Might was actually pretty panicking. There were some things that some certain emotions and certain depth to feelings and stuff that you can't really feel in manga, which is why it's always good to kind of see in the anime. But at the same time, that's only when the anime does a good adaptation. So just talk about adaptations for a second, but yeah, so that was pretty cool. So once again, Studio Bones, right to the end of this arc, they've been doing very well. I mean, every time a new studio picks up a series and does a series connected to a manga that has been doing fairly well, it's like, how they're going to adapt it. Are they going to rush it? Are they going to do an anime original ending? Are they going to try and just end it there? But yeah, it was really good. I mean, we got to see a slight glimpse of what's going to be happening in season 2, and what you guys don't understand is this is a fairly dark series. Now, it's happy as fuck, but when it gets to being dark, it gets really dark, and I hope that they get more budget to be getting a bit more just a high budget to be using in the detail, maybe in the backgrounds, maybe in some of the art, especially in the major fight scenes that are going to be happening, because obviously, as we saw in this season, it was mostly about Izuku in UA school and about him just kind of getting into the world of heroes and villains. But at the end of this episode, we got to see that Shigaraki is not fucking around, and whoever his sensei is, I'm not going to let you guys know. I am a manga reader, so I won't spoil it for you guys. His sensei is basically saying, look, let's just get it. You guys underestimated the heroes and underestimated the students. You guys need to basically, we're going to come back at full force. And one thing I'd like to point out as well, Shigaraki actually even mentioned that he basically noticed Izuku. He noticed that Izuku could get to them at the same speed as All Might, and he was like, alright, this kid. And obviously I think he also noticed that his legs got destroyed, but I wonder if this is going to play into what's going to be happening, because when they came in the first time, in the season, they mostly came to destroy All Might, which they totally didn't expect to fail that badly. I totally didn't expect for the students to be holding their own ground and for them to be that good. But this is something that All Might also says to the other teachers and to head teachers and to the other heroes, that if this was any other class, the other classes would have probably died. They wouldn't have been able to handle it. But this class right here, they were actually managed to survive, to stand on their own, and they are the future of the heroes that we will be getting in the future. I don't know if I said future twice, but anyways, I think it's about Dragon Ball Super in the future. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I also find interesting that we have a bit more characterization / plot progression with All Might and what's happening with his quirk. He can now go roughly be a hero or in his buff form for roughly around an hour, which is a third of what he could do before, which is fucking scary. So does that mean that he's going to be fighting villains less, or does it mean he's going to be fighting them faster, or does that mean he's going to be allowing the other heroes to be doing more work? because we did see the heroes come at the end, and we did announce and talk about the whole fact that they need more security, they need to be more alert with the students and more alert with the villains that are going around. I mean, there are people with all different quirks. The warp ability guy, that is a dangerous ability, and that ability was on the villain side. I mean, they're going through quite a lot of powers and abilities and quirks and stuff, all that kind of nonsense that the good guys might have, but the bad guys might have, and it could be shit that can easily infiltrate any system, so they need to be on their guard, and All Might won't always be able to support them. Okay, so what was that anyway? So that's about that. Sorry, I had a quick brain fart right there. Also in this episode, you got to see that All Might was powering down, and Shigaraki was about to just... Okay, Shigaraki's the guy with the hand on his face. I'm presuming that if you're watching this episode, then you've definitely watched to the end of this episode review, then you've seen to the end of this episode when Sensei called Shigaraki his full name. So Shigaraki Tomura, something like that. So yeah, so you should guys just get with the name. So Shigaraki, yeah, like he basically went for All Might, and All Might was in his power down state, and shit was intense. All Might was bluffing the fuck out of it with his life. It's kind of like, yeah, come over here, what are you waiting for? And all the other heroes and students were like, yeah, All Might's doing all cool. But Deku was the only one who clocked and knew exactly what was going on and was like, shit, I need to try. It's like, All Might, he can't do this, I need to go forward. But once again, Deku, one thing that you need to realize with Deku is that he's trying his hardest to be a hero, and one thing that this series really showed us well was that they need a lot more battle experience. They need a lot more experience in just life, in just general. They're still young. As good as their quirks may be, they need to really train themselves to be able to not only use their quirks, but if they don't have their quirks, how to just think smart anyway. I mean, Aizawa Sensei, Eraserhead, he actually showed that with his ability to erase quirks, not only was it just that, he also had fighting skills, he also was able to read his surroundings and understand what was going on. So Izuku needs to I keep changing Izuku and Deku. Anyway, Izuku really needs to like focus more and assess situations instead of running in with his, I don't know, just with his hero self. It's all good being a hero and running in to save the day, but if you're going to run in to save the day and not save shit and you're just going to die anyway, then you basically not saved anyone. And they've really been like using this fact in the series from the beginning, from when Izuku was running in to do that to save Bakugo from the slime monster. Like literally, yeah, the kids have a long way to go. The pro heroes who came in and just really just kind of wrapped it up properly, they kind of got it done quite quickly. And then the villains like Shigaraki and his lot, they just knew, fuck it, we need to get the hell out of here. Like they had no chance. I'm pretty happy to see that Aizawa Sensei, he's going to be healing up. He's not going to be healed up fully properly, and maybe his eyes may not be at the best when they do get healed up, so that's pretty interesting. I'm looking to see how that's going to be shown in season 2. We see that 13's still alive somehow. I mean, he had a big gaping hole in his fucking back, so who knows. 13's still alive. Bakugo, like, he's aware that something's kind of going on, but he's not sure what, so I'm interested to see where the series is going to go with Bakugo and his observations of Izuku, you know? Shigaraki, like, he got both his legs shot, both his arms shot, and he was just lying on the floor looking like a little bitch. So, and he's feeling salty as fuck because he thought that he could come in and sort shit out, but it wasn't that simple. Nomu got captured, found somewhere hanging in a tree or something like that, so that's pretty interesting. So I don't know how the walk guy couldn't find him, considering that the police were able to find him pretty quickly. So yeah, so that was one thing I was kind of like, what? But doesn't matter. To be honest, this was more of a wrap-up episode, because the episode before with All Might was the episode that everyone was waiting for, was for that battle episode, was the epic episode that everyone's like, shit. Like, so yeah, this episode was more of like a wrap-up episode to let us know that the students have basically the students and the heroes have sorted out the situation. They're aware of the villains and what the villains are up to, and they're going to be trying their hardest to make sure that they're aware, that they're ready, that their trainings are always on point. And I'm interested to see where this goes on. Obviously, All Might's lost his power, has lost a bit more of his powers again, so that's a bit more, I don't know, plot progression, I guess. That is plot progression / characterization for the next season 2, because the guy at the end of, in the previous for season 2, you guys aren't ready. He looks like a fucking crazy guy, and the way he's just licking his tongue and everything like that, like, you know, that's a creepy kind of character, but his design looks fucking amazing. So I'm pretty excited for that. What did you guys think of this episode? Who's your favorite hero? Because we got to see the heroes at the very end, coming to save the day. So who's your favorite hero design? Who's been your favorite villain design so far? What do you think about Nomu versus All Might in the last week's episode? Like, did you think All Might went in? What would you like to see from All Might? And yeah, just any other questions and theories and stuff, do feel free to leave them down below in the description box, because I do read and reply to as many of them as possible. Once again, I'm really happy for the amount of subscribers that we're having right now. I mean, it's around over 840. That's pretty cool, and slowly but surely, and hopefully we'll be getting to that 1K rule soon. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit more editing and stuff like that to my videos, and obviously uploading a bit more regular reaction videos and fixing the banner to my channel, because I am aware the banner looks shit, but it works on Twitter and it just didn't really translate properly on the YouTube banner. But anyways, we're going to find time to be doing all this, and hopefully I'll be able to make better videos for you guys. I don't know if you haven't watched my other videos, then I'm going to let you know the reason why this video is kind of late, and a few of my other videos were uploaded kind of late as well, because I've been really sick. So I actually had the flu and somehow I managed to go to work, but I was like, I can't go to work and do my videos, I need to rest. So unfortunately I had to put my YouTube to the side and focus on resting up easily and going to work to get the monies. So yeah, anyways, once again, hope you like this review. Do check out my reviews where I'm just walking on the street. It's not just a random vlog. It is actually they are actually anime and manga reviews. It's just that sometimes I've realized I want to be able to bring out the best as soon as possible. Sometimes it means wherever I am, I need to record, and I want to get to that mentality where I can give as much as possible for you guys, because you guys are the community, and there's no point talking about some shit 4 or 5 days later when it doesn't matter anymore. Anyways, apart from that, I hope you like this review. Hope you like the episode of Boku no Hero Academia. Are you guys excited for season 2? Don't leave any spoilers for people who aren't manga readers, but what do you guys think of the design of the new bad guy? And when do you think season 2 is coming out? I mean, there's a whole bunch of questions I've just given you, but I do want you guys to be a bit more interactive with me, so I can be more interactive with you. And I hope you guys have a great day. Do like, share, subscribe, and yeah, and you know, have a great time, guys. Chris is talking. Peace.